Back to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the last day of the 2018 Options Industry Conference. Helping me round out the coverage is Pete Maragos. He's a co-founder and CEO of Dash Financial Technologies. Thank you very much for joining us at OIC. And you and co-founder David Carrot recently partnered with private equity firm FlexPoint Forward on a management-led buyout of Dash. Tell us the rationale behind the deal and what's next.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Good morning. It's always good to see you. Obviously, it's been a fantastic year for us between doing the liquid coin transaction and partnering with GTCR, and then 13 months later to turn around and kind of partner with a world-class private equity firm like FlexPoint Forward to take us to the next kind of through the next phase of our growth. Mm-hmm. And definitely we had a fantastic opportunity to partner with GTCR, and now it's time for us to partner with somebody that has not only shares our passion for the business like GTCR did, but with FlexPoint Forward, somebody that has I would say the same duration as ours, so we can really focus on investing in the business for the long term and having the business achieve its ultimate potential.
All right, let's talk about the options industry. We saw a record quarter for options clearing in 2018. What do you attribute to the renewed interest in options?
Well, I would say volatility,
right.
volatility. I would say in January we definitely saw with the yield curve flattening and stocks continuing to rally through last year, which I would say was a leading indicator for some volatility in the market. Also the VIX was rising. Then February and March were very volatile months. I think that number one, I think that last year was a very quiet year. Mm-hmm. There wasn't many 1% moves. It was, not just last year. I would say since the presidential election, we kind of had just really a straight drift up move with not a lot of volatility. So I think that created, I would say a soft basis for some of these numbers. They all sound like such big increases, but I would say last year, even though the options market was up a few hundred basis points, it was somewhat of a quiet year. Mm-hmm. So to see some volatility come back in the market, I think it's attracted more volume just because there's more opportunity when there's volatilities. There's more entry points, there's more exit points, and people can get in and out of things and actually create more alpha opportunities rather than just watching the stocks drift up. All
right, let's switch gears and talk about equities, where the market structure debate is always robust, as we know, and one of the big conversations around that is mitigating order routing conflicts. What's your view on that situation?
Sure. I think that obviously, I think the commission is very well-meaning with doing the access fee pilot. But if we're looking to solve for conflicts of interest using price controls, I think the pilot will play out on its own, and I think that the results will show that taking away incentives to provide liquidity will create less liquidity in the marketplace. And I think that if you ask anybody out there, setting aside, let's say, the top 10 or 15 names in the front month, liquidity continues to be a challenge for people. Right. So I think that anything that we should be doing should be liquidity accretive, as far as policy goes. But at the same time, with conflicts of interest, if that's what we're solving for, there's ways to do that. There's order routing disclosure, there's analysis of that, and really people being transparent and showing people where they're going, why they're going there. So and I think for a lot of these things, there's market solutions, because if I'm not doing a good job with my customer's order, they're just going to turn me off. Right. And I think that there's market solutions for these things by just whether it's passing through the rebates or being transparent about it, or helping people analyze what you're doing and why you're doing it, so they feel more comfortable and they understand what they're getting.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me at OIC.
Thanks.
And that's a wrap from the conference. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.